Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. We talking boxing again. You know we got Barrett in here schooling us. Make sure you go on YouTube, subscribe to that Spectator Sporting page, hit that like button, subscribe. We appreciate all the love and hate that we get. Now, it is the return of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. This could be the wildest card we had sometime. It's both Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are back in action. Let's talk about this though. Ryan Garcia, aka King Rod, 26 years old from LA with a record of 24-1. Last fight initially was victorious over Devin Haney, but following the fight, it was determined that Ryan Garcia tested positive for a banned substance, which made the fight a no decision and has him suspended by the New York Athletic Commission indefinitely. But he's fighting Rolando Romero, 29 years old from Las Vegas, 16-2, 13 knockout. Last fight, he beat Manuel Jaimes in a 10-round unanimous decision, and now he takes on King Rye. King Rye has a lot to prove, I think, coming off that last fight let's just call it what it is. During the fight, he beat the brakes off Haney, but then, now, after the fight, that's when the real fight started. So, Adi, talk to me about King Rye versus Rolando Romero.
Okay, well, let's rewind a bit to that controversial first fight between Triple G and Canelo Alvarez.
You go way back. Okay.
Going back. Now, that fight was a draw. It was controversial. You know, a lot of people think Triple G won that fight.
He did win that fight.
That's a good argument. I can't front.
Yeah, one of the judges, Adelaide Bird, she only gave Triple G 2 rounds in that fight, which is insane. Okay, but anyway, the rematch didn't happen until an entire year later because Canelo Alvarez tested positive for a banned substance, a PED. He failed the test twice, so he was suspended, and those guys couldn't get the rematch until an entire year later, and Triple G was pissed off about that, okay? But it's safe to say that Canelo bounced back quite nicely from that failed banned substance situation. And Ryan Garcia has trained with Canelo before in the past.
Okay, I see where you're going here.
Yeah, I can see
move that door.
Yeah, I can see Canelo giving Ryan Garcia some advice on how to bounce back from the failed PED test situation.
This is how you cheat.
So now, Derek James.
Gotta know how to cheat. Let me stop.
You have to know how to cheat.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, so, man,
you can't just cheat in the open.
Canelo Alvarez, I'm sure Ryan Garcia looks at him as a mentor, and, you know, he's going to help him out through this, okay? So, Derek James is back with Ryan Garcia, his trainer. He's trained him for this fight against Rolly, just like he trained him for the fight against Devin Haney. And also, just how Canelo Alvarez he adjusted his fight strategy after his loss against Floyd Mayweather Jr., and Ryan Garcia also enhanced his fight strategy after his loss against Tank Davis, okay? King Rye faced the consequences for getting too aggressive much too early in the fight against Tank Davis, okay? Yeah. And Tank Davis made him pay. He knocked him down in the second round. Ryan Garcia wasn't the same for the rest of the fight, and then he suffered a body shot in the second round and was knocked out. But in Ryan Garcia's next fight versus Oscar Duarte, Garcia took his time. He didn't get aggressive until the 8th round, and he knocked Oscar Duarte out in the 8th round. Then against Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia was patient. He didn't really get aggressive until the end of the 6th round. Then in the 7th round, Ryan Garcia dropped Devin Haney with a left hook, okay? So I see Ryan Garcia taking a similar approach to Rolly Romero, okay? Now, and in Rolly Romero's last fight versus Manuel Jaimes, it was the first time that a Rolly Romero fight did not end in a knockout, okay? And Manuel Jaimes, that night, he had a hell of a chin because Rolly Romero has some vicious left hooks of his own. The man has power, okay? And so I don't expect this fight to go 12 rounds. I think Ryan Garcia has a lot to prove. A lot of people saying he only beat Devin Haney because of the Ostarine, the PED. So he's been doubted. He has to be focused, and I get Ryan Garcia win this fight by 9th round knockout.
Ooh, 9th round knockout. Hey, listen. Before I knew that he had a banned substance, that fight against Devin Haney, King Rye was impressive. I was like, oh, this, because it looked, it's even in that fight,
He got his ass whooped most of that fight.
But when he just see, that was when I watched the fight. King Wright only fought the rounds he decided to fight. He beat the brakes off Haney.
Yeah, because at the first half of the fight, Garcia wasn't really doing it.
But when he decided to fight,
Whooped.
he was all on Haney. But all right, Brian.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk. All right.
All right.
AKA King Ryan versus Rolando Romero. What's gonna happen? What do you think? First of all, talk about the fight and what's gonna happen.
I'm sick of my friends on the panel getting names wrong. It's King Lie. Because he's a lie.
Oh man.
Listen, man. After the whole Boots experience, I want to avoid that smoke. Lion Garcia. Lion Garcia is a liar. Okay, he cheated to beat Devin Haney, but that is behind us. You know, looking at this fight, if you recall, I know everyone is gonna say that I hate Lion Garcia. I actually picked him to beat Tank. You remember that? So I see the potential in this young man. And then he turned into a piece of shit, and then, you know, everything got mixed up. But the talent is there. Ryan Garcia has a very surgical jab. He's a fighter that you can tell has a wealth of amateur experience and a devastating left hook. But he can be a head case. And I really want him to just be a man and say I cheated and kind of relish in the fact that you have an opportunity to earn a rematch and get your ass whooped the right way this time and
Get your ass whooped.
go to the part of the line that you deserve to be. And that's not on the level of one Devin Haney. That's not on the level of a Tank Davis. That's not on the level of any pound for pound champion. Ryan Garcia is a great fighter, but he will not be a great champion, in my opinion. As far as this fight goes, he is fighting Roly Holy Moly Donut Shop. I can't believe that this guy is a boxer, but his power is so kinetic, and his presence on social media and the ignorant shit that comes out of his mouth. This is a social media main event.
Okay.
These two guys have a presence. They have two stand bases that can stand with the likes of the Canelo stands and the Boot stands, and they can hold their own. And this is why they made the main event. Now, I could say before this fight, Lion Garcia was set to face Pitbull Cruz, and I was excited because I thought that would be a hell of a fight, a hell of a test. Because when it comes to Lion Garcia, I like the fact that he's stopped his over-ignorant, bigot rant, and he's kind of focused on being the fighter, talking shit about the guy he wants to get in the ring, and keeping the racial elements out of it. Because again, I don't want to hate this young man because I see the talent. If I pick a man to beat Tank Davis, I think he has something that's special. But it's just the work ethic. I don't know if Lion Garcia is in tuned in the training camps so that he is putting the best product in the ring. Because I haven't seen a performance where he has been absolutely dominant, absolutely great. You know, a lot of people who hate Devin Haney will say that they love what he did against Devin Haney. But if you look at the fight, Devin Haney won more rounds. He lost the fight because he got knocked down a lot. But I felt like that was a fight more so that Devin Haney lost. Not only due to the fact that his opponent cheated, but to the fact that he let him off the hook. He dominated the whole middle half of that fight, and I felt like he left him off the hook. But let's put that behind us. Focus on the fact that these guys are going to get in the ring, and it's actually a decent fight. Because if Lion Garcia doesn't come in focused, Rolly Romero is lucky enough that he can knock his ass out.
Yeah,
because the
definitely.
man throws caution to the wind.
It can happen
when it comes to landing his left hook. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Ryan Garcia has to get to that Haney fight. Because in his mind, he not only wants to redeem himself because of the cheating, but he actually wants to be the champion that he professes that he wants to be. And the only way to get to Haney is to win this fight. So I expect to see him focus. I expect to see him sharp. And I think he knocks Rolly out in the 10th round.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm with both of y'all. Okay, like Rolly. Don't get me wrong. Rolando Romero is like you say. He's got power. He's a good fighter, and this is a good test for King Rye. But what makes me excited about King Rye is he's been quiet, which tells me one thing: he's been in the lab. He's locked in. And Brian, you brought up like whether he cheat or not, the talent is undeniable. We've seen this man. This man has a lot of skill. So,
and let me also say, Derek James, please send your black card to the nearest African American museum nearest you, because you are a piece of work for coming back and training this young man. I couldn't believe after the comments that were stated that you will get back in his corner. But I will say this: that bodes well for Ryan Garcia. It does. Because he has a trainer that he's familiar with. You know, there was a lot of speculation that he was going to be trained by Canelo's camp. This bodes well for this fight.
yeah.
That Derek James has put all of the ignorant crap that you spewed aside and is going to push forward and train you. But still, I lost a lot of respect for Derek James for, one, not speaking out against the comments that he made, and then two, actually training this guy for this fight. So you definitely went on my shit list, Derek James. But again, I still think that this bodes very well for Ryan Garcia.
Unless he's training him to lose, you never know.
No, I don't think
Well, Derek James, I did notice a difference in Ryan Garcia when Derek James got his hands on him. He's more patient now. He's not just in there rushing in, trying to get a knockout in the second, third round.
Yeah.
So that's good for him.
I got King Rye with an 8th round knockout. Okay, so I listen. Before he cheated, you know, before he had the bad summers, I like King Rye. I ain't gonna lie. Even I didn't pick him to beat Tank, but I thought that would be a hell of a fight, and that could go down. That could go either way. So I think he's got a lot of talent. If King Rye's focused, I think he should win this fight. Let's talk about the other fight on the card. Mr. Devin Haney is going back to the ring after that King Rye. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff transpired. Devin Haney Sr. got a lot of comments, but
the lawsuit.
Yeah. So it's a lot going on with Haney, aka the Dream. 26 years old from Las Vegas, still comes in undefeated after the controversial fight against King Rye. Initially, he lost, but due to Ryan testing for the banned substance, the fight was a no decision, and he remains 31-0 with 15 knockouts. And people want to know, how will Haney bounce back from such a grueling fight? Jose Carlos Ramirez, 32 years old from Avalon, California, comes in 29-2 with 18 knockouts. Last fight, he lost a unanimous decision to the WBO interim world super lightweight champion Arnold Barboza, and is looking for a rebound against Haney. Haney back in the ring, Byron. What do you expect in this fight?
Devin Haney, 31-0. Because he's undefeated.
He's undefeated. Hey, it's what it is.
I love this fight. This is my favorite fight on the card. This is the fight that I cannot wait to see. Because in this fight, I feel like Devin Haney has stuck to the mold that he has always said that he in. He said, I don't take tune-up fights, I won't smoke. And after the longest layoff of his career, after somewhat, a lot of people saying being exposed, having the media turn totally against you, you know, the lawsuit, which I totally agree with, because as boxers, your body is your work. And if someone compromises that due to illegal substance, you have every right either meet him on the streets and face the legality of that, or get him in court. And so while some people will say that it is the most feminine move or the most, anti-boxer persona move to make, I think Devin Haney is a businessman. And I think that's a good business decision. Mm-hmm. And I think it will encourage people that if you're going to get in the ring with me, be a clean fighter. Because if you're not only will you lose the recognition from the fight record and all of that, I'm also going to come after that bank as well. So I think it sets precedents. And I would like to see a lot of people that cheat get sued. Because I think if people start getting sued for cheating, they won't cheat. So, but going back to this fight, Jose Carlos, this is the fighter that, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. But Ramirez, this is the fight, the tough fighter that Haney needs to fight coming back. Because with all the scrutiny, with all the hatred that people have for him, he could not come back and fight a cupcake that people could feel like he could have an easy way. This will not be an easy fight for him. He will have to be on point. He will have to have his pressure on point. He will have to show that he can't get clipped with left hooks. But more importantly, his offense is going to have to pay dividends in this fight. He won't be able to be stagnant or lay off because he will have someone in his face fighting off the front foot. And I think Devin Haney has chosen this fight not only to secure in himself that he can beat tough competition, but to get ready for the fight that he so wants. And I think he wants Ryan Garcia in the ring, main event,
That'd be
and
fantastic.
to put this to bed. Now, on the other side of this, Jose Carlos Ramirez has an absolute great opportunity to throw himself in the mix at 147. Because again, 147 right now is the lottery. If you can get a belt, you're in the lottery for boots. And so this is a fight, you're fighting a guy off a layoff. And again, I know a lot of people will look at this, oh, you getting a guy off a loss. This is a tough fight. And this is probably going to be the most competitive fight on the entire card.
Yeah.
And so both of these fighters are prime. Both of these fighters are in position to where they need this win, and this is a career-defining ring. You kind of alluded to it. Ramirez being 32 years old, this is it. And for Haney, an actual loss to this type will almost like just drop your stock.
Ooh,
it'll be bad. Like I don't even want to think about it because it'll be very bad if he loses this fight, but he's not going to lose this fight. Devin Haney has had a year. He's been in the gym. He's focused. He's ready. Okay. And I think he wins this unanimous decision.
Yep.
And I think it's easy work. I don't think it's a competitive fight. I think Ramirez might win 2 rounds. Might win 2 rounds. I expect
coming to play.
I expect to see a dominant, focused Devin Haney.
I like it.
And I think he wins this fight unanimous decision.
Man, I like it. Man, unanimous decision. Haney coming back out of it. You agree with Byron? What you think is going to happen in this fight?
Well, I'm hoping that Devin Haney is taking some level of accountability for what happened in the ring versus Ryan Garcia
Talk to him.
last year. Okay, because Tank Davis, he ducked under that left hook by Ryan Garcia. He ducked under it, and then he counterpunched him with a power punch and dropped him. Okay, so you can block it, you can duck, you got to do something about that left hook coming. But Devin Haney, he did what Bernard Hopkins used to call the bow and arrow fallacy. So when you throw your jab, you got to keep your right hand up. Some people, don't get a little lazy or whatever, or just not focused, and it's a simple fix. Just keep your right hand up. Devin Haney had his right hand down, which brought the left hook from Ryan Garcia. He exposed himself to the left hook. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I'm sure he had to be training on that and to improve that little flaw you had, okay? But it seems like Bill and Devin Haney is blaming the Ostarine, the banned substance, on why they lost the fight. But Amir Khan used Ostarine in his fight versus Kell Brook, and apparently that shit didn't have the Popeye spinach effect.
Yeah, it didn't have the same effect.
Because he was TKO.
He possibly got it from Canelo. I don't know. It was strong.
Yeah, he had Ostarine in this system, Amir Khan, and he was TKO'd in the 6th round versus KO Brook, okay? So, we'll see. I think the left hooks is what got him, all right? So, anyway, now here's a fight where Devin...
He hates Devin.
I'm looking at it. It's about technique, man. It's about technique. You work on that defense.
Jesus.
Now, here's a rare fight where Devin Haney is fighting a man that's taller than him, okay?
Okay.
The Jaguar, Jose Carlos Ramirez. He's a pressure fighter. He has 18 knockouts. He has 29 wins, okay? And his 2 losses, he came against the former 140-pound champion, Josh Taylor, and the current 140-pound, he's the interim champ, Arnold Barbosa Jr.
Who's fighting Teofimo.
Who's fighting Teofimo Lopez, okay? And Barbosa gave a blueprint on how to defeat Jose Carlos. Barbosa, he kept him uncomfortable with some solid outside boxing, okay? But Barbosa, he don't have a lot of pop. He only has like a 34% knockout rate. He don't have a lot of pop, so, but, you know, Ramirez was giving him some problems, but Barbosa did win by decision, okay? And the word on the street is that we can't call Devin Haney Pillow Hands Haney anymore since he bulked up to 147.
Yeah.
He's putting on all muscle, and he's getting up there, and he needs some more power, because I noticed when he fought Regis Prograde, he could have got him out of there, but he just kept playing around too much. He dominated, but he didn't knock him out.
I don't really think it's playing around. I think that his father really has him trained to not seek the knockout, because he feels in seeking that knockout, you put yourself in positions to be susceptible to left hooks, and it might be something with his mechanics. Like when he gets in kill mode, then he's dropping hand. He's not sticking to the fundamentals.
Yeah.
So his father always stresses to him, stay on point, work behind the jab, go through his combinations, but do not overstep. But to go off of that for the Ryan Garcia fight, I think that's what lost him that fight. You know, as far as the dope and the fact that he had Ryan Garcia lined up. He was dominating him over 5 rounds. And all he had to do was finish him.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And so I think Bill has to also do some reflection on, just like you called out Boots' dad in his corner. You know, he was calling for the kill against Karen. When he sat down on his jab, you could see how great he looks. And I think it's crazy the contrast to that. When in one instance, you want him to sit on the jab and not go after, be aggressive. But as far as Devin Haney, you want him to be aggressive. It's like you can dominate. You're good at establishing the jab, but once you get a fighter to a certain point, some fighters you have to get them out of there. And then this is the problem with what Ryan Garcia did, because Ostarine made him stronger later in that fight. And when the fight went on, that's when he got stronger. But the middle part of that fight, he was dominated, and I think that's who Ryan Garcia is. And Jesus, I can't wait for that fight. That's why I want both of these guys to win. So Adi and I could not talk to each other for a couple weeks.
Well, all right. So I got 2 things to say. Okay, so first off, the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight kind of reminded me of the Tyson Fury versus Usyk first fight. I feel like Fury should have got Usyk out of there in that first fight. But Fury is always used to winning by decision,
True.
and he had an opportunity to get Usyk out of there in that first fight.
And that lost it.
And so, and Devin Haney's so used to winning by points all the time, and it backfired. Okay, and then as far as the drug, the Ostarine, the drug testing banned substance. Now, little history. VADA, the drug testing organization, was corrupt from the start. A man who was banned from baseball and who was locked up for his Balco steroid scandal. Wow. Remember the Balco steroid scandal?
Yeah,
with Barry Bonds and all them.
Best baseball player. I don't care what nobody says.
He cheated.
Coldest baseball player ever.
This dude hates.
Yeah.
He hates Devin Haney.
This man was banned. The dude, Victor Conti, all right, he helped start VADA in 2011, and he endorses Devin Haney with his snack organization. Okay, so there's some corruption. It's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. You keep going down and down the rabbit hole and everything.
You bring Victor Conti. This is a real show. It's a real show.
Yeah,
It's a real show.
just had to throw that out there.
Adi.
A little thought provoking. Things that make you say, So, you know, now, this is what I'm going to say, all right? Now, I would say Devin Haney, you know, you got the Teofimo Lopez versus Barbosa. You have the Rolando Romero versus Ryan Garcia. Of course, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Teofimo are favorites. I think Devin Haney has the toughest assignment on May 2nd at Times Square. Okay, and the former champ, Mikey Garcia, said he thinks the Haneys picked the wrong fight. And I agree. I'm picking Jose Carlos Ramirez, the Jaguar, for the first upset of 2025. 12 round unanimous decision.
Oh, unanimous too?
Over Devin Haney.
Man.
The only reason why he did that is because I went against Bruce Ennis. But he will pay dearly.
Hey, listen, man. As a fan, I'm going with Devin Haney because I want to see Devin Haney King Ride Part 2. Like, that is just epic TV right there. I don't care, like, it's just the personalities, the fathers, the corners. It's just big. It's big. It's a big fight. It's just entertainment all over the place. So I'm going with Devin Haney in the unanimous and a split decision match because I think it's going to be close. I think I do like Carlos Ramirez. I think he's going to bring a good fight, but I am beating for Part 2.
Believe in Devin, baby. Let's get it, Devin.
King Ryan, Devin Haney. I want to see it. I'm not gonna lie, but I hope you're wrong because I want to see King Ryan.
We got to make a bet on that too. Now we got to make a bet.
I want to see King Ryan versus Devin Haney. I mean that is just entertainment at its best.
Let's get it.
Yes, you've been watching Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Wons, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. Burn here schooling us on this boxing thing. Make sure you go on Spectator Sporting, subscribe to that page, subscribe, go on Spotify, subscribe, listen to the audio while you're riding in your car. In the meantime, in between time, we out. Peace.
You motherfucker.
Devin Haney versus King Rock. I hope we get it.